I call it liquid gold. We have more liquid gold under our feet than anybody else. ANWR in Alaska is the biggest find anywhere in the world. It could be as big as Saudi Arabia. Ronald Reagan couldn't get it. Nobody could get it. I got it. It was done, ready to start. And when these people came in, they turned it off. They terminated it.
On October 2nd, former President Donald Trump sat down with financial expert Dave Ramsey to discuss his bold plan for tackling inflation and revitalizing the U.S. economy.
This inflation thing's a big deal. So in the first 90 days, the strokes that you make to change the economy when you're elected are a big deal. What's the first things you're going to do on that?
The first thing you have to do is get the energy down. If you get the energy down, other things are going to follow. And we are going to drill at a level that you haven't seen since, let's say, 4 or 5 years ago.
You're going to turn back on the drill baby drill line and
it's drill baby
in your
drill.
acceptance speech at the convention.
Sure. We would have been dominating the entire world on energy. We have more than anybody else. I call it liquid gold. We have more liquid gold under our feet than anybody else, actually by far. We would have dominated. We would have been taking care of Europe. We would have been taking care of Asia. We would have been taking care. ANWR in Alaska is the biggest find anywhere in the world. It could be as big as Saudi Arabia. And I got it. Ronald Reagan couldn't get it. Nobody could get it. I got it. It was done, ready to start. And when these people came in, they turned it off. They terminated it.
So what exactly is ANWR? Let's dive into some history.
ANWR covers 80,000 square kilometers of untouched Arctic habitat located in the far northeastern corner of Alaska. In 1960, President Dwight D. Eisenhower designated this region a protected area.
In the White House, President Eisenhower signs the proclamation that makes Alaska's entry into the Union official, nearly 92 years after Lincoln's Secretary of State bought the territory from the Russian Tsar for $7 million. Now the president's signature makes it officially the 49th state.
On December 2nd, 1980, President Carter signed the Alaska National Interest Lands Conservation Act. It expanded the Arctic wildlife range from 8.9 to 19.3 million acres and renamed it the Arctic National Wildlife Refuge, or ANWR. The law also noted that no drilling or production could occur on the refuge without congressional approval. Due to political pressure, the so-called 1002 area was left unprotected. Why? Because it's believed to contain billions of barrels of oil. And ever since the 80s, the 1002 area has been the center of heated political debate. But in December 2017, the efforts were threatened by an amendment to the 2017 tax bill.
This is a bright day for Alaska. This is a bright day for America.
The Republican-led Congress voted to lift the 40-year-old ban on energy development. The Tax Cut and Jobs Act was passed, which included a provision that opened up a portion of ANWR for oil and gas exploration. Specifically, this provision allowed for drilling in the 1002 region. This area had been a subject of controversy for decades due to concerns about the environmental impact and the refuge's importance to wildlife, including caribou and polar bears.
Our country is blessed with incredible natural resources, including abundant offshore oil and natural gas reserves.
The Department of the Interior under Trump subsequently began the process to offer leases for drilling in ANWR. This decision was met with opposition from environmental groups, indigenous communities, and some political leaders, but it aligned with Trump's broader agenda of increasing domestic energy production. Let's fast forward to 2021.
I, Joseph Robinette Biden Jr., do solemnly swear.
After Trump left office, the Biden administration paused oil and gas leasing activities in ANWR, citing the need to review environmental impacts.
The Biden administration has canceled all remaining oil and gas leases on the Arctic National Wildlife Refuge in Alaska.
Now, jumping back to Trump's interview with Dave Ramsey, the two dive deeper into what tapping into Alaska's oil reserves could mean for the U.S. economy.
I don't know if people realize that, 10 to 15% of the entire economy is energy,
right,
and it weaves its tentacles through everything else. So $5 gas affects the bread truck who's delivering the bread, and that affects the cost of the bread then. And so getting that plentiful changes everything.
I believe I'll be able to get energy down to 50%, 50% of what it is right now within a period of less than a year.
Wow.
That's pretty good. It's going to happen fast, okay? It's going to happen fast.
But what are you going to do to do that? What causes that?
They're going to drill. They're going to frack. They're going to do things that they have tremendous additional...
So taking the regs off, taking the regulation gloves off.
We have to. I think we can get energy costs down to half of what they... If we do that...
That's pretty dramatic.
Everything, all of those inflated prices are going to come down with it.
We want to hear from you. What do you think are the pros and cons of tapping into Alaska's oil reserves? Could drilling in the ANWR region be the key to boosting the economy, or are there greater risks involved? Share your thoughts in the comments.